afternoon. Alrighty. Let's talk about the spoilers. Well, maybe we will. I think I'd exit out of it. Alright, there it is. Good afternoon, D. Lawson. Alrighty. Make sure that the stream is on. Alrighty. Let's see. What we got here? Well, lies a familiar stranger. The mirror. Wherever you commit a crime, put a +1/+1 counter on this card. Then you may sacrifice exile a card from a graveyard. If a creature card was exiled this way, you may have this card become a copy of that card until end of turn. Only triggers once each turn. Not too bad. You kill somebody's creature, and then you play this. Actually, you play this, then you commit a crime, you kill their creature, which is committing a crime. Then this becomes a copy of that creature. And they lose that creature because it gets exiled. Not bad. Not bad. I like it. Next, I need to go to the other room real quick, grab my vape. I'll be right back. I'm going to take me a second. Sorry about that, folks. Alrighty, let's see. Next, we have form a posse. X Rakdos, which is X red and white. Create X/1/1 red mercenary creature tokens. With tap, target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Interesting. Hey, Taco Tony. Next, Jolene, Plundering Pugless. 1 red and a green, 4/2. Human Mercenary. Where you attack with 1 or more creatures with power 4 or greater, create a treasure token. Then you pay 1 or red, sacrifice a treasure. Jolene Pondering Pullus deals 1 damage to any targets. Oh, that's a good card. I mean, it's got a small bud on it because it's a 4/2. So it will die to removal pretty quick. But it can do damage. And we already got a red dragon and standard right now. Well, it's a red-black dragon. it makes treasures every time it attacks. Yeah, I see a treasure deck in the making. Next, we got the mirror. Sartrul the Infiltrator. 1 blue and 1 black. Human Ninja Rogue. 2/3. Has menace. Whenever this card and or one or another non-token creature enter the battlefield under control, if none of them were cast or no mana was spent to cast them, draw a card. Alright, that works with the new ability, the plot ability, because with plot you get to exile a card from your certain card from your hand that has plot, and play it for free later. But let's reread this. Whenever Saturi, the Infiltrator, and or one or more other non-token creatures enter the battlefield under your control, if none of them were cast or no mana was spent to cast them, draw a card. Interesting. That will work. That's good. Now we got a double down for 4, 3 and a blue enchantments. Whenever you cast an outlaw spell, copy that spell. So when you cast a assassin, you get another assassin. That's a copy of it. A mercenary, a pirate, rogue, or warlock. All those are outlaws now. So assassin is an assassin, and it's also an outlaw. Same with the other cards are mercenaries, pirates, rogues, and warlocks. Huh. Yeah. Not too bad. I mean, it's copy. I like copying. Pretty good card for 4 mana. And it's this is an enchantment, so it ain't no instant or sorcery. So yeah, that's double down's going to be a good card. I believe it'll see some play. Next we have Rakish Crew for 2 and a black enchantments. When Rakish Crew enters a battlefield, create a 1/1 red mercenary creature token with tap. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Okay. Whenever an outlaw you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Huh. Interesting. Whenever an outlaw, assassins, mercenaries, pirates, rogues, and warlocks. If this is out on the battlefield, one of those die, then you gain a life and your opponent loses a life. And if there's a way, and you could use this along with a aristocrat's ability, where you're sacking your creatures to do a lot of damage to your opponent. So Rakish Crew, it's good. It's a good 3 mana enchantment. I believe it's going to see some play. And yeah, double down is going to be a good card. Is a good card. I agree. Next, we got Trained Onyx for 1 and a white, 3/1. Cat Beast Mounts. Okay. Whenever Trained Onyx attacks while saddled, it gains first strike until end of turn. Sakurai 1. It costs saddle 2, which is the same thing as crewing. Replacing crew with saddle. And pretty much. Except creatures you saddle are creatures instead of vehicles. All right, saddle 2. So the creature has to be power 2. Tap any number of creatures you control, total power 2 or more. This mount becomes saddled until end of turn. Saddle only as a sorcery. So it doesn't get a buff, but I mean it doesn't get any kind of power buffs. However, it does gain first strike. It's okay. And it is a 3/1, so it can die real easy. Next, we got transmutant fonts for 5 generic artifact. Create your choice of a blood token, a clue token, or a food token. So you make a blood, clue, or food. Then pay 3, sacrifice 3 artifact tokens with different names. Search your library for an artifact card, put it into the battlefield, then shuffle. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay. This is going to be good because it will be able to cheat your big artifacts into the battlefield, such as Portal Deprexia, which is an artifact. And it costs 9 for Portal. Then you got other creatures, artifacts. There's one, I cannot think of the name of it. It comes in the battlefield, you destroy something and give the opponent a mana rock. So yeah, that's good. And yeah. Next, we got say 2/4 white creature, human artificer, all-tech matter weaver, 2/4. Whenever you cast a creature spell, choose one. Create a 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature token. Create a token that's a copy of target artifact token you control. Artifact tokens. That's going to be pretty good. Pretty good white card. Next, we got say 6/6 for 7. 5 and 2 green. Vault-born Tyrant. Dinosaur. For those that have dinosaur commander decks, here's a dinosaur for it. For 5/6/7, 6/6 dinosaur with trample. Whenever Vault-born Tyrant or another creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 3 life and draw a card. Whenever Vault-born Tyrant dies, if it's not a token, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. So it dies, and you get a 6/6 token. And if you're white and green, you still have this in your hand. When this Vault-born Tyrant dies, you make that 6/6 token. Then you play this, and you create it. Then you use that to make another 6/6 token. That's second ability. Interesting. Next, we have this artifact, Tropor Ore for 2. Creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger. Oh, that's going to shut the. This card will shut Shoulder down. That makes your opponent sacrifice a creature. This will shut Shoulder down. Nice. Next, we got Prismatic Vista. Well, actually, wait a minute. Some of these cards are not standard. Because I just now noticed the symbol. The only ones that are standard is the ones with the cowboy hat on. The rest of these are commander cards. So, Transmutant Fronts, and on down, I just went over, are commander cards. Prismatic Vista, which is a commander card. Tap, pay 1 life, sacrifice Vista, and search the library for a basic land card. Put on the battlefield tapped. No, it does not come in tapped. But you gotta tap it and pay 1 life to use it. This is the new set that's coming, getting ready to come out. These are the new cards that haven't been released yet on Arena. And some of these cards are going to be commander cards. And these are commander cards. They're not standard. These are commander. These are commander. Now they got like 3 different set symbols for this set, which I don't understand why they made 3 set symbols for this set. I'm not sure yet. Let me look. These are not standard, legal. Look who's back. Oko, Thief of Crowns. This card was so broken when it was in standard. Alright, here's a standard card. The Key to the Vaults. For 1 and a blue, legendary artifact equipment. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may exile a non-land card from among them. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may cast the exile card without paying its mana cost. Oh my gosh. I know, they reprinted a banned card. Don't make no sense. But this card, the Key to the Vault, be lost, and you know for sure that everybody's going to be playing blue. And if they're not, and for sure they'll be playing this card right here for the people that play blue. Because you get to play a card for free. Let's say you equip this to a creature. You deal combat damage to your opponent with that creature. This is equipped to your creature. And the top card of your library is a Breach of the Multiverse. So, you hit your opponent with your creature with the Key to the Vault. One of your top cards is Breach of the Multiverse. You can cast your Breach of Multiverse for free. How broken is that? Because it says, whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may exile a non-land card from among them. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may cast the exile card without paying its mana cost. Equip for 3. 2 generic and a blue. That's a strong card. Next, we got Ruthless Lawbringer, Vampire Assassin. For 1 white and black, 3/2. When Ruthless Lawbringer enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, destroy target non-land permanents. Oh, nice. So you get a 3/2. You got a token on the battlefield. You play Ruthless Lawbringer for 3, 1 white and black. You play this on the battlefield. You sacrifice your token, and you get to destroy anything that's not a land on your opponent's battlefield, on your opponent's side of the field. Say they have a Shaholder on the battlefield. So you, and you got a token. A little 2/2 token. Well, then the next turn you play this. And when you play this Ruthless Lawbringer, you sack that token. And you can destroy your opponent's Shaholder. Very good removal. Very good removal here. And it's a 3/2. Nice. Removal inside the creature. Next, we have another standard card, Frontier Seeker. For 1 and a white, 2/1. When Frontier Seeker enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a mount creature card or a plains card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. It's a 2/1 for 2. I mean, it'd be a good blocker. A good fetcher for lands, probably. For plains. For a mono white deck. Or a deck that runs white. This card's okay for being a 2/1. Next, we have Honest Rutston. Old Rutston is back. For 1 black and a green, legendary creature, human warlock. 3/2. So it's weaker. When Honest Rutston enters the battlefield, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Pretty good effect. Pretty good effect. I like it. Next, we got Scorching Shot for 2 red. Scorching Shot deals 5 damage to target creature. Ooh, 5 damage for 2. Do 5 damage for 2. That is good, actually. Next, we have Holy Cow. It's a 2 and a white, Ox Angel, 2/2. Has flash and flying. When Holy Cow enters a battlefield, you gain 2 life and scry 1. Alright, gain 2 life and scry 1. That's good. And it has flash. So you can play this on your opponent's turn. Just because it has flash. Not too bad. A 2/2 for 3. Yeah. That ain't too bad. Alright, next we got Armored Armadillo. 0/4 for 1. Has Ward 1. Okay. Pay 3 in the whites. Armored Armadillo gets +X +0 until end of turn, where X is its toughness. Nice. So basically what you're getting is if you have 4 mana on the battlefield, then you can cast this, And it's basically a 4/4. So not too bad. Limited All-Star, yeah. Next, we have a black card. Rattleback Acropor. Acropotsy. I can't say it, dag it. Anyway, it costs 2 and a black. It's a 3/2. It's a creature Gorgon Warlock, which is a outlaw because it's a warlock. It has death touch. Nice. Whenever you commit a crime, target creature you control gains your choice of menace or lifelink until end of turn. Not too bad. Not too bad. And this card tells you what a crime is. Targeting opponents is a crime. Anything they control and or cards in their graveyard is a crime. Nice. Next we have a mono red card. Wheeled Charger. For 3 and a red, 4/3. Porcupine mount. Okay. When Quilled Charger attacks while saddled, it gets +1/+2 and gains menace until end of turn. Okay, that's pretty good actually. That's a good mount. And to saddle it, it costs 2. So it takes 2 to mount it. Power 2 or more. So yeah, 4/3. It can be a 5/5. Not too bad. In games menace. Yeah. Pretty good card. As long as you're able to mount it, it's a pretty good card. Next, we have Vow Smasher. Gleeful Grenader. For black and red, 3/2. Legendary creature, Goblin Mercenary. Whenever another outlaw enters a battlefield under your control, Vow Smasher Gleeful Grenader deals 1 damage to target opponent. That is making me think of some kind of machine gun effect. Let's say you got this out on the battlefield, you find a way to blink your other creatures, which is assassin, mercenaries, pirates, rogues, warlocks. You find a way to bounce them, to flash and blink them on and off the battlefield. Your opponent will take 1 damage every time it blinks. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right, next we got Tarantula for it's a 6/5 for 4, 5, 6, for 6. Plant Spider. This spell costs 1 less to cast if you control a desert. So if you control a desert, you can cast this for 1 mana cheaper. And it has reach. And whenever it becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. Not too bad, not too bad. So if they target it, they want to kill it with 1 spell. It ain't too bad. For 6 though, it's a 6/5 for 6. Maybe 5 at the most. If you control the desert, it's going to be 5. Still, it might be okay. Next, we have us a 6/5 for 4. Interesting. Colossal Rattleworm. Creature worm Colossal Rotoworm has flash as long as you control a desert. It has trample, so it's a 6/5 with flash and trample. Nice. And it also has the ability, pay 1 and a green, exile Colossal Rotoworm from your graveyard and search your library for a desert card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Not too bad. Not too bad, actually. So if it dies, you just pay 2, exile it, and get a land. Not too bad. And you can also give it flash if you control the desert. Next, we have Make Your Own Luck. 3 green and blue sorcery. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may exile a non-land card from among them. If you do, it becomes plotted. Put the rest into your hand. You may cast it as a sorcery on a later turn without paying its mana cost. So, let's say you're running black, green, blue. And I'm just using Sir Hodert as an example for this card. You have 5 cards in your hand. 5 lands. You have, say you have 1 island, 1 forest. And 3, 4, 5. Let's say you had 2 blue and a green, 2 blue, 2 green, and 2 blue and 3 green. No black in your hand, or no black land. You had Shahodert in your deck. You play Make Your Own Luck. You look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may exile a non-land card from among them. If you do, it becomes plotted. And then you put the rest into your hand. So let's say you plotted Shahodert. Next turn, you'll be able to play Shahodert for free without having any black mana. If y'all understand where I'm trying to come from with this card, it seems like to be a pretty good card, because it allows you to play a non-land card for free on your next turn. You can't play it as soon as you plot it. You have to wait till the next turn to play it. Pretty good. It's a pretty good card. Next, we have Chrome Violent Cacopsophy. Is it for 2 generic, a blue, and a red? A 2/3. Legendary creature, Zombie Horror. 2/3 with flying, and whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this card and draw a card. Not bad. I can kind of see that getting out of hand. Next, we got Slick Shot Lockpicker. 2 and a blue human rogue. A 2/3. When Slick Shot Lockpicker enters the battlefield, target instant or sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback until end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. And you plot this for 3. So you pay 3, exile this, play your instant or sorcery. And the next turn, you play this for free, and then you play your instant or sorcery for its mana cost out from your graveyard. Let's say you got this card, plot it. You come down with reach the multiverse on your opponent. You get a creature from your deck. You get a creature from your opponent's deck. Then the next turn, then go to your opponent's turn, then back to your turn. Once you come back to your turn, you play this for free. Then you reach the multiverse that you just played last turn will have flashback. So all you gotta do is pay the cost, the flashback cost, which is the same as the cost, and play Breach the Multiverse again. That goes with any instant or sorcery. Very good card. Very good. Next, we got Plan the Heist. 2 blue sorcery. Surveil 3. If you have no cards in hand, then draw 3 cards. You can also plot this for 4 to play at a later turn. Not too bad. Next, we got Unfortunate Accident for 1 black. Now, this is a new mechanic here. So, the cost is, so this right here at the top cost is not the real cost. You have to add this in with the cost. So, for 2 black and black, you can destroy target creature. So for 4, you get to destroy a target creature. Now you can pay 2 and create a 1/1 red mercenary creature token with tap target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. So you see, it's going to be 2 and 4 cost for this card right here. That's on spree. It might be all right. Next, we got Final Showdown, another spree card. So, Final Showdown, we got they all cost 1. Your spree cards all cost 1. Now, pay 2, what it costs down here, and 1. So that's total of 2. All creatures lose all abilities until end of turn. Okay. Then, or you can pay 2, and to the creature card you control, it gains indestructible until end of turn. Okay. Or 3, 4, 5, 6. Or you can pay 6 and destroy all creatures. Or you can pay 7, give 1 your creature indestructible, and then destroy all creatures. For you keep your creature, but everybody else loses their creatures. That's that's 7 mana in order to do that. Yeah, it's instant wrath, but you still got to pay the cost to play the card, and then you got to pay the ability that you want to use on the card. But it's okay, but not really. It's okay. I like it that it's a wrath, kind of like a wrath of God for all creatures. But Wizards, why come up with something new? You're always reprinting stuff. So why come up with something like this? Yeah, we do like new cards, don't get me wrong. But are you trying to cut down on on making cards? That you put 3 abilities on a card and making people think they can play one just for the card. And I mean, it's a tax, really. Well, in my opinion, it's a tax. Because this for all creatures costs 5. But you got to pay that extra 1 to play the card. The 1 tax to play the card. I mean, it's a gripe, but it's my own gripe about the card. And then, see, those are Commander. Now we got Gissa the Hellraiser for 3 black, 4/4. With ward, pay 2 life. Pay 2 and 2 life. No. Has ward 2. Pay 2 life. I'll get it right eventually. And skeletons and zombies you control get +1/+1 and have menace. Ho. Zombies, y'all are getting some help here. And whenever you commit a crime, create 2 blue and black zombie rogue creature tokens. This ability, you only get this ability once each turn. So, you commit a crime. Say you play this. You ping your opponent. You get 2 tokens. Goes to your opponent's turn. You ping your opponent again with an instant. You get 2 more tokens. Can get overwhelming. And your tokens will be 3 3s. Yeah, they come in the battlefield as 2 2s. But Giss's ability gives your zombies +1/+1. So yeah, a 4/4 for 5 human warlock with ward 2. It can buff your zombies or skeletons up by 1 and give them menace. So it's going to be hard to block them. And can keep making tokens as long as you have, or as long as you can target your opponents or target anything they control. Then this card can get out of hand. All right, next we got us another spree card. 1 red. All your spree, looks like all your spree cards cost 1. Plus whatever ability, plus you got to pay for the ability you want. This is not too bad though. Great Train Heist. Costs 1 red plus whatever cost you want to pay for the ability. You got pay 3 to untap all creatures you control. But your combat phase, there's additional combat phase after this phase. So you can actually get 2 combat phases with this for a total of 4. Then you pay 3. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain first strike until end of turn. Then the last one is pay 2, which is the cost of the card and the cost of the ability. Choose target opponents. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to that player this turn, create a tapped treasure token. So you could ramp, take extra combat, or give your creatures first strike and +1/+0. I myself, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So for a total of 7, you can get all these effects. As it says, choose 1 or more. Additional cost. So this is not bad. I especially like the additional combat phase. 2, 3, for a total of 4 mana Extra combat phase. Not too bad. Yeah. Next, we gotta say legendary enchantments. Tiny Bones joins up for 1 mana. And it's not a spree card. What do you know? That's different. Legendary enchantment. Tiny Bones joins up. 1 black. When Tiny Bones joins up, enters the battlefield. Any number of target players each discards a card. Whenever a legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, any number of target players each mill a card and lose 1 life. So, you play Tiny Bones joins up. Your opponents have to discard a card. And then you play another legendary, then you just play a legendary creature. And when you do, your opponents mills a card and loses a life. And you can also target, and if you're in a self-mill deck, you can even target your own self with Tiny Bones joins up. Because it doesn't say opponent on it. It says target players. So you can target yourself, your opponents. So yeah, that's a pretty good card. Next, we got Slick Shot Show Off. That reminds me of Super Fast Tortoise. Just kidding, Super Fast. You ain't no show off. I'm just kidding. Love you, brother. Love you, bro. Anyway, Slick Shot Show Off. 1 in a red 1/2. Bird Wizard. Flying and haste. Ooh, nice. 1/2. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Slick Shot Show Off gets +2/+0 to end the turn. Then you can apply it for 2. Well, it kind of reminds me of Prowess. Kind of reminds me of the Prowess ability. Because the way Prowess works is when you cast a non-creature spell, you buff your creature up. So this kind of works just like Prowess. So yeah, it's a pretty good card. Next we got Magda, the Horde Master. For 1 in a red. Dwarf Berserker. It is not a criminal. 2/2. Whenever you commit a crime, create a tapped treasure token. Sacrifice 3 treasures, create a 4/4 Scorpion Dragon token. Ooh, and it has flying and haste. Oh my gosh. So you make 3 treasures. There's easy ways to make treasures. Then, after you can get those 3 treasures, you play this on the battlefield, you sack those 3 treasures, you get a 4/4 dragon with flying with haste. Oh my god. That's awesome. Magna, the Horde Master, is an awesome card. Anyway, next we got Gitrog, the Ravenous Ride. Frog Horror Mount. For 3 black and green, 6/5, trample and haste. Whenever the Gitrog Ravenous Ride deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice a creature that saddled it this turn. If you do, draw X cards, then put up to X land cards from your hand onto the battlefield tapped, where X is a sacrificed creature's power. Well, it's a gamble card. you ask me. Because let's say you play this, you sack your creature, that saddle disc card, and you whiff. That's the gamble. You could whiff. You can draw maybe 4 cards. Maybe one's a land. Maybe not, or maybe they're all 4 sorceries or instants. Maybe not have a land on the top 4 cards. Then it's a whiff. However, this is a 6/5 with trample and haste. That's enough to make me not even sure about saddling this card. Next, we have us a flash creature. And a Flash the Veteran for 3 red, green, and a white. So it's going to cost 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 mana for 4/5 with Flash. When any Flash the Veteran enters the battlefield, if you cast it, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So it's a reanimator for cards that have mana value 3 or less. And whenever any Flash becomes tapped, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. It might be all right. I mean, 3, 4, 5, 6 costs 6. So you'll should be able to. It shouldn't whiff. I don't think it'd whiff. Yeah, I don't think it would whiff. I think it would do good. Next, we got Kellen the Kid. It's for green, white, and blue. 3/3. Has flying and lifelink. Legendary creature, human, fairy, rogue. So it has flying and lifelink. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, you may cast a permanent spell with equal or lesser mana value from your hand without paying its mana cost. If you don't, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. So you could ramp if you have an extra land in your hand, or you can cast 2 spells for free. Because this will work with the plot ability. Let's say you got 2 spells and now you got a permanent spell in the graveyard. In plot. So you can cast it. And then when you cast it, if you have Kellen the Kid out, you can cast a spell. You may cast a permanent spell. You can cast another creature card or something with equal or lesser mana value from your hand for free. So it's kind of like getting 2 for the price of 1. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Next, we got Varska the Silencer. For 1 black and green, legendary creature, Gorgon Assassin. 3/3 with Death Touch. Okay, that's good. Whenever a 9-token creature an opponent controls dies, you may pay 1. If you do, return that card to the battlefield tapped under your control. It's a treasure artifact with tap, sacrifice this artifact. Add 1 mana of any color, and it loses all other card types. Buy Sheholdrit. So you play Varska the Silencer. Opponent plays Sheholdrit. Comes back to your turn. You draw a card, you lose 2 life. You play Sheholdrit's Edict on your opponent. they sacrifice their Shahodrit. And then, if you have extra mana, you pay that extra mana. You exile that Shahodrit, put it back on your side of the battle. Put it on your side of the battlefield, and it's not a creature though, but it is a treasure. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Next, we have Rakdos the Muscle. Alrighty. Rakdos the Muscle for 2 black, red. So 6/5 for 5. Legendary creature, Demon Mercenary. With flying and trample. Whenever you sacrifice another creature, exile cards equal to its mana value from the top target player's library. Until your next end step, you may play those cards. And mana of any type can be spent to cast those spells. Sacrifice another creature. Rakdos the Muscle gains indestructible to end a turn and tap it. Activate only once each turn. So, you play this. Whenever you sacrifice another creature, exile cards equal to its mana value from the top of target player's library. Okay. So, you want a sack ability with this in order to use its effect. And we got plenty of cards in standard right now that offer sack abilities. So Rakdos the Muscle, I think it's going to be might see some play. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 6/5 for 5, so definitely probably see some play. Now here's a plane. Now next we have this Planeswalker that you can't play on curve. It's Jace Reawakened for 2 blue. It's a 3/3. And it has a static ability. And the static ability is you can't cast this spell during your first, second, or third turns of the game. So it's a Planeswalker that you cannot cast until turn 4. And it costs 2 blue mana. +1, you draw a card, then discard a card. Okay. Or +1, you may exile a non-land card with mana value 3 or less from your hand. If you do, it becomes plotted. Okay. Then -6. Until the end of turn, whenever you cast a spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. Until the end of turn, whenever you cast a spell, copy it. So it will double up on your spells. Not bad. Not bad at all. Jace Reawakened is good. You just have to wait to turn 4 in order to use him. And 3, 4, 5, 6. He has to be on the battlefield for 3 turns to use his -6. Next, we got Varska joins up. Okay. We had up here, Tiny Bone joins up. Now down here we have Varska joins up. So it looks like we're going to have a joins up run within the set. All right, Varska joins up for black and a green, a legendary enchantment. When Varska joins up, enters the battlefield, put a death touch counter on each creature you control. So all your creatures gain death touch. And whenever a legendary creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So it enables draw ability as long as you attack with a legendary creature. So this card right here is screaming legendary decks. Yeah, not too bad. Next we have Fortune, Loyal Steed. 2 and a white, legendary creature, beast mounts. When Fortune, Loyal Steed, enters the battlefield, scry 2. Okay, that's good. Whenever Fortune attacks while saddled at the end of combat, exile it and up to 1 creature that saddled it this turn. Then return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control. Saddle 1. Oh, nice. If you have a creature that you want to blink, then Fortune Loyal Steed is a way to go. Because it's a creature. You saddle it with the creature that you want to blink. And then after you do that, you will attack with it. Saddle it, attack with it. Exile this card and the creature that you saddled it with, that you want to get more ETBs. And then they'll both come back to the battlefield. You get more ETBs. Very good blink creature. It's nice to see them putting blink into a creature. Very nice, Wizards. Thank you. Next, we have Unstable Arvadice. 1 black. Sorcery. It's another spree card. So, you're going to count the cost of the effects along with the cost of the card. So, for 3, you get to search your library for a card, then shuffle and put the card on top. So, it's a tutor. Or, you can pay 2 black and actually 3 black. Target player draws 3 cards and loses 3 life. It's not a bad card. I like this card. So for 3, I can grab something from my deck and put it on top. Nice. Next we have Black and Green Land. It's a fast land. We're getting more fast lands with this set. Blooming Marsh. It's black or green. Comes in tapped unless you control 2 or fewer lands. We got a Botanical Centrum, which is the same for green and blue. Concealed Courtyard, same thing. It's fast land for black and white. Inspiring Vintage, red and white. Spine Bluff, Canal, blue and red. Lonely Arrow. Okay. Here's a different kind of land. Lonely Arrow land. It's a desert. Taps for white or blue. When it enters the battlefield tapped. And when it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to target opponents. Tap it for white or blue. And they got several of these deserts, dual colored deserts. They got the blue and white one I just read. They got a green white, green blue, black green, blue red, white black, black red, blue black, a red white, and a red green. Nice. So it looks like they covered all the lands. Not too bad, actually. Not too bad. And I'm not going to go over any more of the commander cards. Let's refresh. Nothing there. No. Nope, they have not dropped any more today. And this will be the end of the stream here. I just thought I would do a stream on the new cards. And I will do another stream tomorrow afternoon of spoiler cards. And I hope everybody has you a good day, a good afternoon, a good evening, or a good morning, wherever you at. I appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all have a good day. Later, everybody.